Welcome to the Bimbo Confessional. Nothing here is advice.
Everything is true.
I'm Memphis.
I'm Odie, and this is
Sophia
and
Bridget.
Cute.
Perfect.
Today we're going to be talking about
Privilege.
Bridget, shut the fuck up. Privilege. How many
Yes.
privileges do you have? Follow along and check them off.
I think at this table I win.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, no,
Well, I mean, you guys, all three of you are white, right? Like Scottish.
I'm
Scottish. You're like the most racist type of white.
I arguably am Hitler's wet dream because my hair is technically dirty blonde.
That's true, yeah. I always say that about Jake because he's very white and tall and blue-eyed and blonde. I'm like, oh, Hitler
Yeah, no,
loved you.
I'm a Hitler's wet dream, and unfortunately his worst nightmare.
And I'm the polar opposite.
Put into one person. Oh, also, can we just appreciate that like Hitler's number one fan is Kanye West?
Crazy.
Which like Hitler's rolling in his grave.
What's crazier to me though is his whole little hate list that he came out with, and why is Harriet Tubman on there and his own daughter? I don't like Kanye West, and we're getting off topic, but like I have a lot of questions about that list specifically.
I think we're not really off topic because like that man somehow has a lot of privilege, and I don't understand how because
just being a man.
I have never liked him. I would state
Rich, yeah.
he has had some catchy tunes. I will say definitely in the past, but I feel like people
He had
for that
one
reason.
album.
I feel like people for that reason really are willing to look past the fact that he's like a complete and utter piece of garbage and be like, well, old Kanye. No, old Kanye was still an asshole.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't forgive me for not wanting to listen to his music.
I think that like that whole art conversation of like separating the artist from the art, like it's a very difficult thing. Like
It is.
I definitely have some musicians that I enjoy that
I don't agree with
I
at
don't
all.
agree with at all. But I have also downloaded all of my music.
So I try not to support them. Like I wouldn't listen to it on a streaming service.
No.
I will not go to one of their shows. I would not purchase their merch. Zach Bryan is a good example of that. What's his name from Falling in Reverse?
Oh, fucking Ronnie Radke.
God, he's hot, but I hate him so fucking
Oh,
much.
he's not. That man is disgusting. Just go outside in Hamilton. You'll find
Once
yourself
again,
a
I
Ronnie
feel
Radke
like
under every rock.
my taste in men is a form of self-harm, and I
is.
will not be bullied, okay? Who else? Marilyn Manson. That's another one.
One of the girls I was dating, she like messaged me. She's like, "Do you want to go to a concert? But it's like a problematic artist." And I was like, who
Probably
is it?
not. Yeah.
And she's like, "Well, let me just preface this by saying he was my favorite artist like my whole childhood. So like,
same.
I ignore the fact that like, you know, there's some stuff." And I was like, "Okay, love that for me." And it was Manson.
I'm glad that I saw him when I was a kid. I actually ran away from home to see him in concert when I was like 16. True story. And he's one of the only books that I've like reread because I really enjoyed it.
It was a good
That
book.
being said, I'm glad I purchased it before I knew he was a complete and utter piece of shit because I would never rebuy that in today's day and age. I think he is a very gross person.
I think I have a copy from like when I was like 14 or 15. Mm-hmm. So.
In hindsight, to my parents, there was definitely some red flags that were not just cries for attention, but genuine cries for help that went very ignored.
That's an understatement.
Yeah. To tie into our privilege thing, I feel like that was one of the things that I experienced growing up in a predominantly black household because my dad is white, the forbidden mix. But he was not really around. I was traumatized by the fact that my dad was not around and my mom was around. But I feel like black people don't acknowledge mental health as like a whole or mental health issues. That's like not a thing. They don't go to counseling. They don't go to therapy. That's just like not a thing that they do, especially when I found out that I had like ADHD and most likely like autism as well. My mom was like, oh, like I had never considered this to be a thing. I'm like, yeah, because y'all don't like think about that. It's not a thing that we talk about.
It's definitely not. But
No.
I also feel like having a mixed family and like not speaking from experience because I'm
White.
very white. I'm basically transparent.
Mayonnaise.
Yeah, I do like spicy food though. That's
Mayonnaise is not spicy, Memphis.
so spicy.
Milk is not spicy either, nor is ranch dressing.
Okay, moving past that, I actually do like spicy. My mom thinks pepper is spicy, and my youngest son, thinks pepper is spicy.
Pepper is spicy.
It's so spicy. So I live in a household full of white people, but growing up in a country where like the worst thing you could possibly be was, as they called it there, colored.
That's me,
You know,
mixed.
But like that was like the worst thing. But like the one thing
Because
I
you're
found
tainting white blood.
gross. The one thing that I found really interesting was like, so not only as a mixed kid are you dealing with like the fucking issues of, in South Africa specifically, being absolutely fucking hated because how dare you exist, because you asked to exist, obviously. But you'd always have the one parent that had no fucking clue about racial anything. You'd always have like that one white parent that was just like,
oblivious.
racial prejudice isn't real, and it's like,
Yeah, because you've never experienced it doesn't mean it's not real.
If you're gonna fucking procreate with a black person, could you please just pay some attention?
A lot of people shouldn't procreate point blank, period.
Yes.
So I feel like we're expecting a lot of them, which is like correct, but like you're going to be disappointed if you're
But
wanting
even
that.
like the parents that adopt black kids, if you're not going to figure out how to deal with their hair, because
Or like any of the cultural things that come with adopting any race outside of your own. Like you need to do research on that and learn how to support these children. I'm sure you guys can speak from experience, but like you need to learn how to support that child and raise them to some degree with the culture that they should have had. Like I feel like that is their right.
Just because they're living in a white house doesn't mean that they are experiencing a white lifestyle.
You can't exactly. You can't just raise them as if they were white. They're being raised by white parents, but they are not inherently white.
I mean, yeah, I also grew up in a small town, and
That was all
watered
white?
down,
Yeah.
but like
Whiter down?
people called it, whiter down. So like, there was like, besides me and my siblings, there was maybe like 4 or 5 other like black and like Asian kids, and like
Which
now
is
it's
crazy.
definitely more,
Yeah.
but like small town things.
Just
But
a small town girl.
even like with my cousins, they were like trying to argue with my mom, saying how racism doesn't exist, but racism only exists towards white people. My mom was like, "Are you fucking dumb?"
I'm
My mom
fucking
was like,
sorry.
Yeah, she was like, "Are you actually fucking dumb?" And also, like, how dare you say
Little
that to
insight
me?
into why we don't talk to our family.
Yeah.
She was
no,
like,
correct.
How dare you
Any
say
of
that to
mine
me?
either.
Yeah.
With like knowing that you have like
Cousins
not
who are not white.
people.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, whatever.
In your
like,
family.
relatives.
Yeah.
But she was like, I mean, like, I feel like obviously compared to like me and like my brothers, like they definitely get what's the word? Targeted more
For
than
sure.
me. But like
I've never met
still.
Nick, but I know Leo for sure is like a very like could be to someone who's like not familiar with him like a very looming presence. Like he's very large. He's
He's
large
very tall,
black
yeah.
man,
Yeah.
which is like not inherently scary, but people are taught to
Yeah.
believe like to
Well,
fear
white
that.
people,
yeah,
he is inherently scary.
like,
because
yes.
he's
Yeah.
like he's 6 foot plus.
he's like 6'5", I
I
think.
told him a couple
And he's got
times.
he's,
when
you
we're
know
out,
he's
like,
got black hair.
Can I make a
Yeah.
request? Can we please cut in the video of him falling off the stripper
Yes.
so that this can be your introduction to Leo?
But like Nick,
Me and Matt were watching it today and dying.
no, I think
Sorry.
Nick though would get targeted more because like the kids that he hangs out with, like they all try to like they all talk Toronto slang, like they all like have their pegs, their pants like
They
below
are
their
probably
Oh
getting
yeah, they like think they're
look
like gangsters. Yeah.
So like for him,
Yeah.
like walking around downtown Hamilton, I feel like he's definitely more like stereotyped than Leo because
Yeah.
Leo like is a little bit like he
More
dresses
put together.
clean.
Yeah.
Like he likes
Yeah,
to
I
wear
know what
like
you mean.
button-up shirts and
Again,
like,
I can't-
polo
Also, like
shirts.
he doesn't have like a bad like energy.
No,
Like,
he's got a very good
he's-
vibe about
yeah,
him.
He
doesn't
kind of just
either,
like
but-
prances
I've never
into
met him,
the
so I
room, like,
can't comment.
delightfully.
Yeah, I've only met Leo, and I think he's lovely. I'm a big fan. I've never met Nick, so I obviously can't comment
Nick
on him.
can
But
be like respectful, but I think the kids that he hangs out with, like
He's hanging
they
out with the wrong
all-
crowd.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like I think it's like I mean not anymore so much.
Yeah.
I don't think, but like back then,
I feel like a lot of kids also go
for
through this
sure.
phase.
Yeah.
I know he's not like a kid anymore, but even like with Tegan, I feel like I see it a lot where I'm like, you are picking not very good friends.
Yeah, yeah.
And you become the company that you keep.
Well,
Absolutely.
just it makes me laugh though, like like seeing Nick's old friends and like they all try to like okay, I don't know anyone's life, I don't know what you like struggles
For
you've
sure,
gone through,
yeah.
but like they'd be like, oh, like I grew up in the slums, blah blah blah. Like you grew up in like a mansion in Carlisle.
But
I don't
this
know
is-
how your parents were, but like you live.
That's
in,
not a slum.
I'm
house.
feeling very triggered right now because like I grew up in the suburbs and
No, but seriously though, I'm like, you guys have like your parents drive
But that
Mercedes
is-
Benz, and like, okay, again,
Literally.
like I don't know what traumas you've been through. I don't know your life. I don't know the struggles
but
you've
you
been
that's
through,
but you
but
weren't
you didn't
traumatized by the fact that you didn't have money.
Yeah, you
that's,
didn't grow up in
that's
the slum.
the conversation of privilege.
Exactly,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
yes, you might have gone through trauma, but like it's certainly not a trauma because your parents didn't have fucking money.
No, it's like fucking.
It's like the
It
cosplay
makes
of
me think of
like
Drake.
wanting to like
I was thinking of
portray
8
this
Mile.
personality. I don't know. It's just weird to me. I'm like, you did not grow up in
No.
like with like no heat, no water, no nothing. Like you grew up in like a 6-bedroom house with like 4 acres of land. Like I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
like I don't know what you're trying to portray here, but
No.
it is not working out for you.
I personally was traumatized because I went to a rural school and we had
It's really hard.
one Asian.
Oh my god, that's horrible.
Did they make them sit outside for class? Like, what was that about?
No, but he did leave. He was like an exchange
No.
student. He was only there for like 6 months. We had one Asian.
I just keep
Fuck
doing-
him.
I
Too
literally
many.
cannot think. Oh, wait, sorry. We had one Asian. I think we had one black kid for like 6 months. That's it.
Oh my god, you had to share the room with a black?
We did. But like, it's ridiculous to me because I actually went to a school like in Canada, obviously like within the last, I don't know, 20 years.
Don't make me do math.
I don't know. It was like between
like
grade
last year.
4 and grade 8. I can distinctly
only
remember
27.
2 in the whole school people that were not white.
Yeah.
We had a few like Albanian kids.
It's like white-ish, white adjacent.
Yeah, which like, I mean, they were bullied.
Unknown white, you know?
They were like more bullied because again, like, and anyone who fucking argues like there isn't like a skin tone level of bullying,
Oh, there is for sure.
like because
Yeah,
the
yeah.
darker you are, there's a different experience. The
Yeah,
more
because
you
I
can
feel like-
present as white,
Yeah.
the better.
Well, even in like the black community, I feel like if you're light skin versus very dark skin, I feel like you get privilege even over that. But it's funny because being mixed versus being light skin are also 2 different things. So I feel like you're viewed
Yeah.
differently. Like if I say that I'm black, I feel like people are like, oh, well, you're half white. But if I say that I'm white, people are like, oh, well, you're half black. Bitch, can I not just be both? Can I not just identify however I want to identify? Is that not all right with y'all? Please.
No, it's really fucked up because like it is definitely one of those things where like I literally grew up in a school where we didn't have fucking any diversity.
Yeah,
and like
same.
I shouldn't in any way, shape, or form have turned out the way I turned out, which was like very, you know, left wing. But like I don't know, it's just the entire way that like we existed just never computed in my brain. And like I'm very grateful for that because, like, you know, again, I'm in all fairness, I should be a piece of shit. I really should.
Yeah, instead you're a huge advocate for men.
And again, this isn't me being like, oh my god, like, no.
I mean, you're a piece of shit in other ways.
I
which
am
is-
a piece of shit in a lot of ways. Absolutely. You know, again, I'm filming a video coming up in like my filming schedule, which is like talking about how I'm like the villain in so many people. Oh no, I have filmed it. It's like talking about being like the villain in so many people's stories.
Because they have no lives. Like, maybe focus on bettering yourself, and then you.
But I mean, like, at the same time,
your
like-
life wouldn't be so miserable. Paul.
Like, there are so many people at this point that, like, for whatever reason, hate me, and that's like cool, whatever. Like, love that for you. But it's just like, it's such a fucking weird place to me because it's like, whenever somebody uses the point of like, okay, well, I was born white and I didn't know better, I'm like, I am. Case
At a
in
certain point, you can't use that anymore.
No,
It's
but, like,
your
that's-
responsibility to unlearn that shitty behavior.
I was wealthy. I came from a good family. Like, I had every single fucking thing. And like, if I managed to have these opinions, it's
You
completely,
can too.
It's completely
Yeah.
plausible.
It's possible,
So
for sure.
anytime some fucking white boy is like, oh, well, I mean, like, it's not.
It's not my fault.
I grew up in like the suburbs. I'm
Okay, well, like,
shut
fucking
the
work on
fuck
that
up.
then. Well, it's the same with people who are like very mentally ill, and they're like, well, this and this trauma, my parents traumatized me, or my childhood traumatized me, or whatever. I'm like, that's valid. That's completely fair. Same. But at a certain point, like, you are now an adult. It's not your fault that happened to you, but it is your responsibility to work on that. Because you
try and
can't
get better,
yeah, you
You
can't
can't
just
use
go
it
through
as
life and be like,
excuse.
oh, I'm just going to keep being a shitty person because
Yeah.
this is how I was brought up, because
Yeah.
this is my skin color, because this is what I was taught.
Yeah.
No, you're an adult now. You
Stop
can
being a
think for
victim.
yourself. Work on
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah. You
But I
can't be
mean,
a victim your whole
I think
life.
everybody like who doesn't, and like, this is the premise of the other video. It's what it's like. You have to have a villain in your story so that you don't actually have to acknowledge that you have to do something. So
Yeah.
whenever you have somebody to blame, you don't
Yeah.
have to take any sort of like responsibility for the fact that like you should have actually done something or you
Yeah.
should be doing something. So it's like, okay, well, it's this person's fault that this is happening versus, okay, I'm stagnating
Yeah.
because like I'm focusing on the wrong things. But it's easier to put the blame on another person.
Oh, absolutely
than
it
to,
is.
like,
But
actually
you don't
sit-
grow.
Yeah.
The ownership, yeah.
It's
feel
hard-
like-
yeah, it's definitely hard. Like, I feel like sometimes like I'm like not wanting to admit things, but like it's the unlearning thing of like
Yeah.
no, like I fucked up.
Yeah.
It was my fault. I shouldn't have done that or said that or whatever.
Yeah.
And then like trying to like learn
For
from
sure.
that.
I feel like that's one of the most important things that I've ever like worked on for myself was like learning to take accountability. I think that's something not a lot of people are taught necessarily growing up.
Absolutely
or
not,
it's
no.
touched on like so infrequently. Like it's so much easier to be like, you know, dodge the blame, like you said, or blame somebody else or whatever it may be. But like you do not grow as a person if you can't learn to take accountability. And I see it every single day in my fucking life where people can't take accountability. And I'm like, it's not easy. It fucking sucks when you have to admit that you fucked something up or that you were wrong. But I feel like people appreciate you and learn to trust you so much more, and you get to grow into the person that you should actually be and learn to trust yourself even in like your decision making skills when you are able to say like, I was wrong, I fucked up and I'm sorry. And this is, but like also this is what I'm going to do next time to work on this. It's not enough to just be like, I'm sorry, I fucked up and then continue to make the same fucking mistakes over and over and over again.
In my opinion, most people don't actually know how to apologize correctly.
No, they don't.
And like people who look like me have a liberty of like making shitty apologies.
Yeah.
And like people accept them, and it's really fucked up because like to me, and I've told my kids this, I've told everybody that like will listen to this, an apology is not I'm sorry I made you feel that way, or like I'm sorry this happened because, or like let me give you
an apology is your actions.
justifications, you know, like it's not like, well, like I did it because, it's like, yeah,
that's fine.
I fucked up.
Yeah.
I hurt you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that I did that. This is what I'm going to do going forward to actually try and remedy the situation, or at very least like show you, if I can't fix the pain and I can't make you trust me again, I respect that. But this is what I'm going to do despite your feelings about it to become a better version of myself.
I would also like to add that even if you don't have that second part, still apologize for what you need to apologize for and be honest. Say, I'm sorry that I hurt you. I honestly don't know what to do to fix it, but I'm hoping maybe you can give some suggestion. Like maybe this is something we can work on together. Now, for the record, that other person does not owe you an answer. They don't, and they don't have to necessarily forgive you either. However, if you are being honest with them and yourself, I know myself personally would be like, yeah, I'm willing to help you work on that. Like, I feel like the main thing is like to be vulnerable, to be open to those new experiences. And that's so fucking scary. I get that change is hard, but like you don't grow as a person if you're not willing to do that.
No, you don't. And like, yeah, I think the thing that like, from my experiences, like you get taught about accountability. Like it's a conversation that like white people have. You know, like you teach your
But
kids,
it's like theoretical.
It's very theoretical.
Yeah.
Like you talk about it, but then in like actions, you never actually do it. You never see it modeled. You know, so it's one thing for you to like sit down with your kids and have this conversation and say, this is what you're supposed to do. But then
You have to model that,
you know,
though.
hypothetically speaking, you knock over a glass, you're going to blame your fucking partner because your partner startled you. You know, like that's an experience that I personally have like lived through. It's like, we take accountability for our actions, and then like you fuck up something.
But not when it's me.
And then you fuck up something and it's immediately like, well, it wasn't my fault because this person did that. And it took me into like my probably mid-20s to actually like recognize that pattern in myself and be like, ew, oh God, I don't like that I'm doing that. I don't like that I'm consistently
Blaming someone else.
being like, well, like I did this, but, you know, like.
This is the reason for it. Like this is the excuse basically. So it lets me off the hook.
And it's like, no, I fucked up. It is what it is. Like,
Yeah, man.
you know,
Everybody screws up. That's life, unfortunately. I would love to never screw up, but that's not realistic.
no,
Nay.
it's not. And like everybody who tries to pretend that like,
They're perfect.
yeah, or that like, they don't necessarily have to actually like have the uncomfortable conversations. Like they can just like get through it because of their privileges. And like that's something that like in my past relationships I've dealt with many times, which is super frustrating because it's like, well, I don't need to acknowledge any of these things because it doesn't pertain to me. And it's like, okay, but why don't we use that privilege to actually do something of any sort of value?
Yeah.
Because like if you have it and you're not utilizing it to like take care of people around you, fuck you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you kind of know the situation that I have with one person at work. that we've touched on, and their like lack of accountability on a certain situation.
I was going to say, you're being very vague right now, and there are several people I could
There
possibly
are probably several, but I feel like most recently was one that you said wanted to speak to me about it, and I'm like, that still has not been a conversation that has happened, and I feel like it's because this person, through no fault of their own, comes from a place of privilege and has never really been put in that position very often where they've had to necessarily like apologize or, you know, like have these frank conversations, these hard conversations about like, okay, like this is why this happened and I'm sorry and like, you know, I need to do better, whatever. I feel like for me personally, growing up as like, you know, someone who was impoverished, black, gay, female, like, bitch, I'm at the bottom of the fucking totem pole. So like one of the only things that I had to better myself with was being like, okay, like I need to apologize when I'm wrong. I need to take accountability. Like I need to work on myself. Otherwise, like obviously for myself, like that's the main and most important thing, but also because then like people don't take you seriously if you're just like, you don't have that luxury.
No, you don't.
You don't have that luxury to be wrong. Like people will just be like, oh, well, she's not worth anything then.
No, you
Which
don't
is so sad, but it's true.
You definitely don't have that luxury in like certain situations. And like, I think it's very interesting because like there's always like that like list of things. Like the worst thing you can possibly be in this world is black trans woman. Like if you are that, fucking, you are
good luck to you.
You know, I mean, like the average lifespan is what, 28?
Jesus.
Like that's the average lifespan of a black trans. That's fucked.
Well, I mean, you're minusing like your life expectancy drops when you're black, when you're trans, when you're a woman.
Right.
Like it just keeps cutting back.
But like the fact that the average life expectancy, and like, forgive me if I'm incorrect on this, but like from what I remember, it was like 28 years old, and it's like
That sounds right.
it breaks my fucking heart because it's like
it's very sad.
you don't get a single grace, you don't get a single excuse.
You're not allowed to fuck up at all.
You're not allowed to
or
make
you're
a
completely written off.
Or you're dead. Like you literally fucking hook up with the wrong man and like you're considered so disposable that nobody even bothers investigating your death.
Not even that, like literally professionals dismiss you and discredit you. Like I feel like doctors are to black women what like police officers are to black men, specifically in the States.
Did you see that fucking video?
Yes, and I wholeheartedly agree. I can't remember the name of the creator who posted this video, but I wholeheartedly agree with everything that he was saying in that video. And I'm like, yes, that's 100.
I'm not talking about a he. There was a woman.
This one was a guy. Okay, so but I'm assuming similar.
Probably.
Topic where he was saying like, yeah, like there's a reason why black women, like when we're going to the doctors, like we make sure that we like dress up in our best clothes and we try and like speak very softly and like very like come with all of the information that we can bring. And doctors are so like, did you consider you're making it up? I'm like, well, I got hit by a car, my leg's broken, but I did consider that maybe I was making it up, and I feel like I'm not. Do you want to help me?
The mother of gynecology? That story is insane.
When I was in school for massage, like my profs told me like all of the textbooks that we have, like when we were learning about pathophys, they were like, all of these textbooks have been studied from white people, predominantly white men, but they were like, there's no research on like black people, like
black people or like women even. There's hardly anything.
They just decided that it like we need to on a consistent level test crash test dummies that have tits.
I think autism.
We just figured that out.
Autism in women and girls just started being studied in 2017.
We also just figured out that we should probably use real blood in like period testing, not blue liquid.
They just started doing more serious scientific study on endometriosis because it was found in 3 men.
Oh my god!
3. That was all it took. Just found it in one guy, and they were like, "Oh, maybe we should give a shit about this now."
I actually saw a video, and it was like toilet paper is only free in like bathroom
because men have to wipe their ass.
Yeah, because everyone has to use toilet paper. But like if everyone had periods, like the tampons and like pads
it would be no problem.
And I was just like,
we would get paid time off of work.
That, but like,
dude,
I was
if
just
a man
like,
had to experience a period,
are you fucking kidding me?
We'd
be screwed.
those simulators.
Oh yeah, no, they're not having a good time. They're not making it through, and I'm like, yes, but you guys are the more the tougher sex
of the simulator thing too.
But so the video I was talking about, it's a woman talking about it, and she's referring to a book. I forget what it's called. But it's basically the conversation of how doctors are actually police in the sense that these are the people who determine whether you qualify to like, so hypothetically speaking, your body's the machine in capitalism. We have to make sure that the machine keeps running in order for capitalism to keep profiting. Therefore, a doctor's job is to make sure that this machine can keep operating. So it gets to decide whether or not you are worth something or not worth something. You have to consistently prove to a doctor whether or not you are actually disabled or like whatever the problem is. Like, and this person has to determine whether or not you have any sort of support, right? And
they're
like,
the judge, the jury, and executioner, basically.
again, it's the same fucking principles as the police. But they also brought up a really interesting point, which was, what did they ban witches for? It was being medicinal healers. So, like, we've literally burnt women at stake for dealing with healthcare, blamed them and said that they're the fucking witches and these villains.
But also won't help them.
And then we've brought in the institution once again, typically in men.
To police them,
Renamed it.
And basically called it something else and pretended that it's like the correct answer. And don't get me wrong, I'm not anti-medicine.
No, not at all.
I'm pro-vaccine. I take antidepressants. You know,
Same.
like, I'm not sitting here being like, I think I should take herbs instead of
but the hoops that you have to jump through to get any sort of support as a woman specifically, but specifically as a minority woman, is clinically insane. The fact that they did all kinds of experiments and surgeries and stuff on black women and slaves years ago with no anesthetic because they were like, oh, black women don't feel pain. That shit has carried through to today. Just like the police are born of fucking slave catchers, that's what modern medicine is born of. I don't care if this is a garbage hot take, but I feel like men, that too, but I feel like men should not be allowed to be gynecologists. I truly think men should not be. It's super weird that you're a gynecologist. I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. I feel like that's bizarre to me.
I feel like it's definitely weird.
Considering they're also very, the only male gynecologist I ever had was very dismissive of everything else. He was like, well, that's not true. I'm like, well, but it is though, because I'm telling you that this is what's happening. So the fact that you're just dismissing, I was like, I'm done. Like, I'm getting a female gynecologist because maybe you'll fucking listen to me.
But it's like, it's also something that like you like cannot relate on. Like,
how do you have no idea? I'm like, just because you studied it doesn't mean a goddamn thing. It's just like, I'm like, okay, you go to a doctor and I'm like, okay, I'm having like this mental health issue or whatever. And they're like, oh, well, I studied that. I'm like, your little 1 hour lecture, whatever you did on like, you know, whatever issue I'm having does not equal the same thing as me living with these symptoms and in my own head every single day of my life. So like, maybe hear your patients out.
Well,
maybe
but,
listen.
I mean, also, like, let's be so fucking for real. Even when we're talking about autism, like, up until very recently, women had, like, almost no diagnoses with autism
because they just started testing it on us in 2017.
That, like,
the problem, I was going to say the problem with women getting diagnosed as like autistic is the fact that like a lot of our special interests are things that are like socially acceptable. So a lot of autistic women will have special interests in like makeup or hair or like horses, like things that are
even our special interests were never triggered as special interests.
No, but that's what I mean. I feel like autism and ADHD are for boys. Now, this is starting to change, but we have a long way to go. And BPD and bipolar are for girls. They have a lot of similar symptoms, and I feel like I was so misdiagnosed for the longest time as bipolar type 2, and I, took every fucking medication under the sun for 10 years and I didn't get better. I got worse consistently until I finally was like, this is not working. I've tried everything, this is not working. And I was like, well, something's obviously wrong with me until like I got diagnosed with ADHD and then was like, okay, like it's not that anything was wrong with me in that sense. Like there's nothing wrong with having ADHD or autism,
you were
but
just
they were
severely
misdiagnosed and mistreated for that reason. Because once again, like doctors don't listen to women and they certainly don't listen to fucking black women, especially if you're alternative looking because they're like, that's a thug.
But I mean, like, if anybody disagrees with my argument of saying like people don't listen to women, like, we're literally waiting for a dead man's files to believe alive women.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, we're literally waiting for a dead man's fucking files to believe women that are currently alive.
Which is absolutely wild to me. Because then there's even the guys that are like, well, like, I don't care if he did. Put them on the watch list too, because like all y'all need to be put down as far as I'm concerned.
I'm fascinated and like
bring back public hangings.
Calling out people in my life. So if you're listening to this, fuck you. But like, for somebody who is so obsessed with pedophiles and being so anti-pedophile, you're being real fucking quiet right about now.
It's giving Ashton Kutcher. It's giving Ashton Kutcher. If you know, go look him up. It's giving Ashton Kutcher.
It's giving like none of what you said actually was what you were saying. You just wanted to hyperfixate on them killing babies and like having like an alternative conspiracy theory. Fucking, I'm a white guy, therefore I can say the most unhinged shit on the fucking planet.
How dare you get an abortion? But once the baby's born, if you kill it,
once the baby's born, if you rape it,
it is what it is. That was God's will.
Yeah, you know, Trump fucking killing the baby and putting it like on God's will.
Yeah.
You know.
It's also God's will for me to cut your little tiny pee-pee off. How do you feel about that one?
I support that. That does
I support
like,
women's rights and wrongs.
Yeah, but like talking about like the persons in our lives that all of us know that literally were like so obsessed with like the elites of the government and like their pedophile rings, and now all of a sudden like they're so silent, and I'm like.
Because sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say they're even more silent when it's their friend.
Because they're not willing to call people out. I feel like
he's a nice guy. I've known him my whole life. He would
doesn't
never do
matter.
something like
He never
that.
did that. He never raped me.
No. I experienced this literally one-on-one when I was sexually assaulted by my ex-boyfriend's best friend, and he was like, "Well, are you sure? Were you there?"
I think I'm
pretty sure. And he didn't want to cut him off, and I was like, "Well, it's him or it's me." Like, he's never coming back into my house. I'm like, "You're lucky I'm not calling the fucking police on this guy." Yeah. Like, I really should, but I'm like, not like they'd believe me anyways. But like, it's wild to me that men are just like, well, we can just like turn a blind eye for this one. No, we can't actually. Because if any one of my friends started pulling that shit, the way you would be cut out of my life so fucking quickly. And we talked about this the other day where I'm like, if Jake had, you know, certain opinions that we were talking about, like if you were transphobic, if you were anti-gay, if you were homophobic, if you were fucking racist, whatever, bro, you'd be out of my fucking house.
Yeah.
Like today, I'd be throwing your shit out on the lawn if you're lucky. You might not even get it back. Like you're getting the fuck out.
I'm probably setting it on fire for funsies.
Exactly.
There was like a guy that
I feel like obviously we've all kind of agreed that we have pretty privilege. Bridget, I'm forcing you to agree that you have pretty privilege because you fucking
she
do.
wants to deny it so hard. She's so hot.
Well, I think
3 of you have white privilege.
You think like that you're not attractive for whatever stupid reason. I think you have this weird thing because like you have really small adorable tits that like somehow that makes you like not hot.
Yeah, your face is fucking 10 out of 10. That face card's lethal.
Dude, there's nothing.
Also, that ass.
There's literally
Bridget's been going to the gym. She got her little badonkadonk.
But like,
she got her little butt now.
There's nothing not hot about you.
Bounce a quarter off that ass.
I would date you in a fucking minute.
Aww.
I can see Bridget in like all dominatrix outfit. Like
plus, I feel like it's hot when you're mean.
Dude,
just heel on a man's neck.
She can wear like a lady knit sweater, and I'm still like, yeah, nah, I did her.
You know what's funny is that my mom was like, because she was talking about Sophia, like with like older guys and how she talks to them like all nice and stuff, and I was like,
it's all a lie.
My mom was like, Bridget, you can do that too, and I was like, I don't want to do that. I can't do that. Then my mom was like, well, guys like it when you're like mean to them too. I was like, I also could not do that because if like I was like jerking it and I'm like, get the fuck away from me, like shut the fuck up, I'd be like, no, I'm genuinely saying like shut the fuck up and get away with me. Like this isn't like a sexual thing. Like you're disgusting. And
the meaner I am to men, the more they like it. I'm like, you guys are sick.
The worst part, like this part, like I'm sorry to everybody who's listening, not sorry, but like my entire OnlyFans, it was never me.
Nope, it was not. You were talking to a 6'5" man,
or somebody else. Like it was never AI, but like it was like somebody from like Vietnam.
It was getting paid like pennies.
My ex-husband.
Yeah.
Isn't he dead? Too soon?
Times 2.
Like, the fact that like I managed to get away with
dad.
my ex being me and making money off of that, which is hysterical because like
I know.
But
I'm just picturing him being like, my pussy's so wet for you right now.
Yeah. Dude, he was so good at it. He would like flirt with men on like a way that I can't flirt.
No,
I can't flirt either.
Because I don't care about you, so I don't want to talk to you.
I'm like, hey, you want to fuck? If not, that's fine, I guess.
That's
literally me
like
flirting with Jake was like, let's go outside and fuck. And he was like, okay. And then I was like, great. And then he's like, do you want to go to a date? And I was like, ew, fucking why?
I feel like I just have a fun flirting sometimes.
You're
good at it.
Very good at flirting.
You're
I was
very
going to say flirting.
You're
very good at farting.
Is very flirty.
She's a 2D
I think
gal.
out of the 4 of us here, you're definitely the flirty one.
Yeah, Sophia's really good at talking to people. Like, Especially older men that are like disgusting. Like
Speak French into this pussy.
You're like, oh my god, hey, how's your day? I love that. Like, oh my god, that's so funny. Tell me more.
I feel
I'm
like-
I actually don't give a fuck if someone's talking to me. I don't care about your family. You're not funny. I don't give a fuck about your job.
It's so
not say that to you guys behind the scenes.
Which is so true and so correct, but also so hilarious, Bridget, because you're like the nicest person that I know. I will say, I feel like one of the reasons that I no longer choose to flirt with men, because A, I don't need to swindle them out of their money now that I have a boyfriend, but also I feel like when I was waiting tables and bartending for years, I was like, oh my god, you, for like tips, and now I'm like, ugh, I don't work that job anymore, so I'm not whoring myself out. Fucking hate you.
I love strippers. I would not be able to be one because I could not be like, hey,
Yeah.
I don't want to touch
One
you.
guy
Like,
comes in that's nasty, and I was like, ugh.
like I'm like you. Like
I would be like, go home and shower, you pig.
Consent to being touched
No,
by
not
you.
you. I'm just like a man. I'm like, did you wash your ass? Did you wash your arms?
Did
Like,
you wash
you're
your ass
gross.
today?
Like you smell.
Yesterday-
It's also 4 a.m. Like you're gross. I don't want to shake my ass on you.
It'll smell better than he
I-
does.
I was wearing this like oversized
Just
sweater,
fart.
like I was wearing on the last episode, and my mom, being my mom, was giving me shit because she's like, "It's so unflattering." I'm like, "I don't okay."
Who cares?
She's like, "Well, you used to wear like these really tight, like like the ass separating,
Yeah.
like sweatpants, well not sweatpants, like the yoga pants that were like
Yeah.
obnoxious. And
Yeah.
they have like the little like it's great.
God, I hate
Again,
pants.
I've had a
Yeah.
BBL, like those were.
BBL Drizzy.
She's like, "Why don't you wear them anymore?" I'm like,
Drizzy.
because I used to get fucking hit on by dudes.
And dudes are gross.
Didn't want to. I'm like,
Yeah.
now if I don't
Also,
sweat,
don't.
I
They
don't get
probably
hit
like
on.
it.
And
You
she's
don't
like,
owe anyone a certain way to dress.
No, but I mean, like, I deliberately at this point have gone out of my way to stop wearing things
Yeah.
that men find attractive so that I don't have to have the awkward conversations that I consistently have. Because the second, like, and this is kind of going back to the subject, but like, the second you dress like hyper feminine or very like, you wear a lot of makeup, nobody talks to you. You're suddenly like out of their league.
Men don't talk to you. Women love it.
Oh, okay.
They're like, oh my god, I love your hair. I love your makeup. I love your outfit.
Women are not really the conversation.
No, I'm just saying, but
Right.
you're saying like people
Yeah.
don't talk to you. I feel like people,
I meant-
women talk. The people I
yeah.
want to talk
Yes.
to me, because Jake will be like, oh, when we go out, you get so many compliments, and like from women, I wish a man would
Yeah.
never speak to me again. Honestly,
Yeah.
But I mean, like, for me, I, like, really wanted to, like, I struggled with the idea that I didn't look gay enough because, like, as a femme lesbian, like,
Yeah, it's
it's
hard.
hard because, like,
I
you
would
gotta-
love to look gayer. Please let me know how I can in the comments.
SOS.
But there was a
hate
minute
when
there
people
where I was
assume
like,
I'm
okay,
straight.
I'm gonna lean heavily into, like, a mask vibe. I think I lasted a week in, like, a mask. I don't even think, I think it was one outfit.
Yeah.
And then I, like, lost my mind because I was like, I can't do this.
Can I
Like,
ask you a question? Like, what type of women do you like? Do you prefer someone more feminine or
I'm
someone
femme
more
for
masculine?
femme.
Oh, okay.
I fucking
I think
love
it was you or
femmes.
Ryan that asked me recently, and they were like, "What do you prefer?"
Yeah, it
and I
was
was
me.
like, I feel like usually feminine women, but like I'm not like I do like butch women too. I'm really not that picky. It has to do way more with like your personality.
Absolutely.
I feel like,
Yeah.
But, like, my
and that ties into
preference-
the like pansexuality of it all.
No, it was funny because Ryan and I were driving to the rave to tattoo at, and then we were like, "What kind of women does Odie like?" And I was like, "I don't know. I'll text her." And it was like 10:30 at night.
Should I bring the strap for the brat?
Odie's like, "Why?" And we're like, "We're just talking."
I thought you were trying to hook me up with someone. I was like, "Yo, send her a picture of me. I'm gonna pop my pussy real quick.
I
Send her
like
this video.
femmes,
Yeah,
but
I
I
don't
like.
actually care what it looks like. Just send the picture.
Send me nudes.
I like femmes, but
If you're a man,
I
never
like,
send me nudes. But if women, send me nudes.
Ryan told me, is it Futch?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like
I
a
like
butch.
butches,
I feel like they're
yeah.
always like granola y, which
But
I think
there's
is kind of
also
cute.
some like butch lesbians that I'm also like, yeah. You could
Oh, dude, again, it's like it's definitely more like based on the person.
Yeah,
But
for
I
sure.
love femininity.
Yeah,
I do
I'm
love
such
femmes
a
as
femme
well.
Girl.
I love
Femme for femme is so
I
cute.
Femme
love,
for femme. I also
like being
think-
able to share clothes with my girl.
I also think that there's just something really fucking like gay about like femme for femme.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
as far as
I
like a
really
queerness
love it.
level, it's like that just it's queer. Like it's not like your besties. Like it's so fucking gay, and
Yeah.
I love because it's like the furthest thing from like a standard relationship. Because when you're in like a butch femme relationship, like
It's a
you
little
could-
bit more traditional.
Yeah, you could argue
Yeah.
that it's more like
Yeah.
masculine and feminine.
Yeah.
It's more like presenting. And then,
Who's
like,
the guy and who's
right,
the girl? Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
The amount of times I've had to
hate
explain
that.
like they're both girls.
Yeah. Who's the fork and who's the spoon? Bitch, we're both chopsticks.
Like, it's-
And then
You
that
guys
guy
are for
will
sure.
stab you in the face. Did you tell Bridget your yellow joke about Sean?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
What were
When
we
I
saying?
said yellow's not in my color wheel, and you were like, it's not in anyone's color wheel, and you're like, we're yellow.
And I was like,
she's like, oh, so Sean looks good in yellow.
shout out to Sean. My boy.
God,
I feel like we're getting so off topic.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is when we use
Next
our
conversation,
safe
we
word.
will talk about the gays, the girls, the gays, and mostly the theys and the gays. But
Yes.
Oswald, we hear
I
you.
do think that's definitely our next chat.
That is definitely our next conversation. However, today we're talking about privilege. Lock-in girls, lock-in ladies.
That got really awkward. Okay.
It's a privilege to feel that's awkward, Memphis.
Going back to being like the person who like realistically I think benefits the most from privileges. Like
Straight white men.
I mean, I'm the closest thing to a straight white man.
Oh, of this group. Sorry,
And,
yes,
like,
yeah, you are.
I've had multiple people ask me this like question, which is like, do you think straight white men or like white hot women have more privilege? And I would argue that hot white women, probably do have in certain situations more privilege than straight white.
But
women.
would agree with
I agree, but also I feel like women in general, especially white women, are allowed more privilege through white men.
Okay, can I ask
Yeah.
you a very serious question, like all three of you as
Yes.
not white people?
I'm a half of white people.
When
Scottish.
you're talking about like trusting people, what is the one
I don't trust anybody.
person, like one group of people that you find is like the most difficult to actually trust?
My white
Of
family.
any group?
Yeah.
Straight white.
Men, I feel like in general.
No,
if I
I
had
feel
to,
white women, because like older white women, especially in family and stuff, like they're the most comfortable preaching to other women.
I think
they're also very
Yeah.
two-faced.
Privilege.
They'll say one thing to your
I
face
think
and something
the-
else behind your back.
The most dangerous demographic as far as like the harm that they can actually perpetrate is white women.
Yes.
Because,
Yeah, I'm
like,
thinking more in terms of like sexual
'Cause
assault and
you're
stuff. Like I don't trust
women
any man.
against
But like I
women.
honestly, and this is not me dismissing sexual assault at
No,
any
no,
stretch,
not at all.
But I do think the harm that is perpetrated by straight white women who have the capacity to do so much good, and then in general just are like the ones that betray you.
They're the opposite
know?
of a girl's girl. Like,
Yes.
as I like to classify myself as a girl's girl, and I think
Abso-fucking-lutely.
that's somewhat a term that has to be bestowed upon you by other women.
Yes.
But realistically, I'm like, you could be a woman that I fucking absolutely hate, and at the end of the day, if you were in a room full of men that I felt like were not trustworthy, I'm still fucking dragging you out and
yeah,
putting you
no.
in an Uber. I don't fucking like
100%.
you,
That's a
and that
girl's
has
girl.
But
and
that
has nothing to do with
nothing
anything.
to do with anything. Me liking you, we have a 15-minute timer.
Yeah.
Me liking you has absolutely nothing to do with me giving a shit that you're safe.
Yes.
But again, I think
But
that's
this-
a left versus right argument
Yeah.
again.
But
It's
this,
like,
yeah.
Exactly.
You know, I don't care that I fucking hate you.
No.
I'm going to make sure you're safe.
But this also boils down to privilege once again, because I feel like men are always like, oh, we're the protectors and blah, blah, blah. Who the fuck do we need protecting from if not you?
exactly.
But also, like, anytime I see a video of someone, like a woman being attacked or whatever, do you know who I see standing up for her? Other fucking women. I very rarely see a man stepping into this. And I posted this the other day when it was like white women who were getting arrested for protesting the ICE raids and all that stuff. They were like, you know, suburban moms, like middle class moms, whatever, who were getting arrested. They're like, we want to use our platform and we want to use our power and our voice to speak up and say something good. Correct. Where are the white men? I don't hear one of y'all saying nothing.
I mean, that's not me. The gay white men are sometimes around.
The gay white men sometimes are. I'm talking about straight white men specifically.
The trans white men.
Oh yeah.
We love me some
a
trans
trans
men.
man. I'm here for it. I'm talking about
Yeah.
straight
No,
white
no,
men
you're right. Yeah.
specifically. If the cause does not directly affect them, they could care less.
Yeah, and there's this thing going around which is like, I'm no longer sharing my body with somebody that wouldn't protect it.
No. This is why I'm like day one on a date. I'm like, you like the gays? How you fuck with them? Question number 2, you wash
For
your
me,
ass?
at this point, if I were to
How
date
you feel
someone,
about abortion?
my first question if I were to date someone is, how political are you?
Yeah.
Because if you're not gonna fucking like be as much of a nuisance as I am, I don't want you.
We have to have the same political views.
I'm not even the same. I want like somebody
I
who's
want you to
equal
fight
or
as
more
well.
fucking batshit crazy. Because like I don't want to ever have to be in a situation where I'm sitting here begging you for the bare minimum of you actually understanding why I'm upset. I don't want to be told I'm too much, or be told that like my friends hate me and I'm too much because I
do hate
am
you.
fighting for like
The good fight.
people's
I want
rights.
to be at the rallies on your shoulders.
Bitch, I'm always at the rally.
I mean, you can't say that.
There's
to me.
pictures
I'm
of me
gonna marry you in,
protesting
like,
as-
5 minutes.
There's pictures of me protesting as like a teenager. Like
Yeah.
I have always been this political, if
Yeah.
not more. I would love to be more involved, and I every chance that I can, I will boycott. I will go protest. Like I will donate. Like I will do whatever I can, because I think so many people are like, well, I'm just one person. What can I do? If everyone has that mentality, then there's nothing
Yeah.
we can do. But if everyone just said, if I even change just one thing about myself, we can make a big difference. I was looking at the same thing. I feel like you need to start boycotting. You need to start. You need to start protesting, because we have way more power than all the billionaires and all the politicians. Everything.
So there was this really interesting article. God, my hyperfixation is definitely politics. When I say these things out loud, I'm like, wow, how many articles did I read yesterday?
Mine's snails and baking.
Too many, clearly. But there was this really interesting like post. I think I might have shared it, but it was talking about like how there's like 5 different levels of people that were like historically like dealing with like the Nazis. So there was like the perpetrators, the bystanders, the upstanders.
I thought you were going to say the bisexuals.
The
Sorry.
resistors and the rescuers, right? So we had like these 5 tiers of people. And so they were saying that in the top tier of like the rescuers and the resistors, there was maybe in like the 10,000s in the whole fucking world.
Yep.
10,000s. Then they were like, okay, so the perpetrators, and I'm like, that's going to be a huge number. It was 3% of the population, which is way more than 10%, or to 10,
Yeah.
100, whatever.
Whatever,
just
yeah,
said,
I know what you mean, yeah.
But it was like, there's a massive amount in the grand scheme of things. 3% is, 300 times? How many trans people exist?
Oh God! Don't make me do math.
I don't know how those
have
things work.
dyscalculia.
There's 1% of the population that is trans, and there's 3% that were perpetrators. So,
Okay, London Tipton.
whatever that means. Anyway,
I'm changing
so
the group chat.
we had that as like the percent. We had 10,000 people as rescuers and resistors, and then 90% of the population was bystanders.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And like in some weird way, that actually made me feel much better. Because like it does actually tell you that like your existence actually does so much good. Because if 10,000 fucking people approximately were the only ones that actually managed to fight back against the Nazis, like, okay, bro, that tells me like my existence isn't futile. And I know that sounds really like, white savior complex, but like it just makes me feel like, okay, you know what, like I'm not actually, this isn't an uphill battle. This isn't me just, screaming into the wind. Like, there's a point to this.
But we need more people to care, and more people with a platform, and more people with privilege. So white people, men, like we need rich people. We need y'all to give a shit about other people.
Jakes of the world.
Dude,
I mean, Jake's coming around. He's standing up for us.
I mean, Jake's definitely an exception. I wish so hard that my ex would have been, because like I've said this to him 10,000 times. The amount of privilege that he has as like a hot white straight dude, I'm like, you could do so much good.
But
So many people.
I would also like to tie this into our last episode a little bit, how I was talking about him with his friend, where he's like, I'm like, you're making excuses for him. I'm like, he is homophobic. And he's like, well, he hasn't spent time around like gay people, whatever. I'm like, okay, so he needs to change that about himself. It is a privilege for you to think that, oh no, he's not like that, whatever. Now, I'm by no means am I saying like if this man was like a pedophile or a weirdo or like whatever, like Jake would absolutely cut him off. But I'm like, you need to hold your friends accountable at every level. You need to call him out for being homophobic, because if I just call him out for being homophobic, he's like, oh, well, your girlfriend's just crazy. No, bitch.
No, but
You need to do better. Exactly.
the issue here.
Fine, then let me be a bitch, but I'm a bitch that's right, okay?
To them, it's like you're just being crazy. To us, it's
I am crazy. Crazy about being right.
to them, it's we're being like dramatic. To whatever, like to us, it's like literal life and death in some situations.
It is, for sure.
Yeah,
Like,
like we fight through things.
We
to-
literally don't have the luxury of
we
trusting
don't.
this. Like as a gay person, you can't go into a room knowing that you're full of, like, there's a room full of homophobes, because what's going to happen when there's a room full of them?
Yeah.
They're going to embolden each other.
Exactly.
And like
They're gonna gang up on you.
Exactly. So like as somebody who like has lived through these things, and like as somebody with autism, the one thing you have is pattern recognition. So,
Oh,
like,
for sure.
You recognize these patterns, and like this is
I'm
how
very
you
good at that.
survive, and this is how you adapt, and this is how you go through life.
Yeah.
But like if you are literally sitting in a situation and like your partner or whomever is sitting there being like, okay, you're being dramatic because like he's not that bad. Okay, how would you feel if your life was potentially in danger? Or
Now it's a different conversation.
Let's play the game that everybody seems to like to play. What if it was your daughter?
Yeah.
Because that seems to be the thing.
The
that,
trigger
like,
for them.
Yes.
Yeah.
The minute they're like, oh, I would never. I'm like, okay.
Okay, so then there you go.
Then you need to give a shit. Because like the amount of times I'm like, what would you do if you found out that like your kid was gay?
Yeah.
He's like, well, I kill people. I'm like, okay. But I'm being dramatic.
Yeah.
So yeah, you. Won't
So
do
you
anything
actually, at that
until
point, I'm like, so you are fully
officially
aware.
affects you.
I feel like this is so much the thing of it's like, well, not all men. It's like, no, of course it's not all men, but it's enough of them that I don't have the luxury to sit here and try and assess in a room full of men if you guys are safe or if you're dangerous.
It's the
Chances
argument.
are,
There's one poison Skittle in a box full of Skittles. Are you going to eat the box of Skittles?
obviously fucking not.
I mean, at this point, probably, because please.
I mean, yeah,
can
I'm trying to
please
take
just-
myself out,
can
but
I-
like,
can this be
if you
over?
don't hate your life, then no, you're not eating them.
But, you know,
I love
it's-
Skittles, so at least I die happy.
Taste the rainbow. Everybody make out now.
don't tempt me with a good time. I have not had sex in far too long.
Orgy. No one said no.
Nobody, I definitely am not saying no. Let's just say that. It's
Just wait
Eat
till
your girl out,
Saturday.
or I will.
we're going on almost a year, and I'm gonna.
God damn, I'm
blow my
going on like
brains
3
out.
days, and I'm gonna blow my fucking brains out.
It's been since September.
I said,
April.
she's learning. She's losing her ability to speech.
Yeah.
Yeah, April.
I feel like y'all should fuck. They're fucking.
We're talking about how I haven't had sex in far too long.
Oh.
You
All
asked.
of that's about to change this Saturday.
That.
This Saturday.
You expect
She's gonna
everything.
release a sex tape like Kim K.
Me?
We're all gonna
How
sing
many sex tapes do I need to
karaoke.
release?
No, this one's gonna be hot though, because it's gonna be all of us.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
in.
gonna be
Boink
better
Fest,
than
that's what we're calling it. Boink Fest 2026.
Okay, but going back to what's our say for?
Boink Fest.
What was our say?
It's
We'll talk
Boink
about
Fest
that later.
now.
Okay.
We'll talk about that later.
Hold on, that's later.
Next time.
Yeah.
Hold on, that's later. We gotta wrap up.
Okay.
Reel it in, ladies. Reel it
I
in.
feel like Boink Fest is a good one.
Boink Fest is so good. You're welcome.
Okay, so Boink Fest, let's get back to the subject because we're doing the thing we do.
Oktoberfest? No, Boink
I
Fest.
think I'm almost a bottle of wine deep. Marshmallow.
I could probably.
Why is this so hard?
That's what she said.
I like
It was-
crunchy marshmallows.
It was rock fucking hazard.
Literally a bullet.
No, I love crunchy marshmallows. I opened the bag.
You see her face. I'm so startled.
I
A
opened
seal trying to
the
catch
bag.
a fish.
Anyway,
It's actually not that hard.
It's hard enough that I don't want it.
don't you like crunchy marshmallows?
Who the? You're the only. You're too good for a floor marshmallow, Bridget. God,
Yeah.
princess. Princess, you're too good for a floor marshmallow, princess.
Guys,
She's laughing.
let's.
Boink Fest.
On another note of weirdo privilege, I am fighting so hard to get rid of the word guys in my vocabulary.
Well, that's why I've been trying to say y'all, and then
Babes.
y'all make fun of me because I'm like a little
I
country
always say
bumpkin.
y'all.
But
I always say y'all.
y'all, folks is okay too, but I feel
I
like
hate
it's
it.
kind of gay.
How you doing, kids?
Hello, fellow kids.
Folks, I can't get behind.
I've been
Rap
doing
scallions.
Janie's and Lenelman.
That's why
I
I
say
just
bro
call
a lot.
everybody
Boink
babe.
Fest bros.
Like, bro,
it's
guess
funny
what?
because like, at this
Broskies?
point,
Dude is Jenny Nooch. I don't care what anyone says. You'll take dude.
Dude is generational.
You'll pry
to me.
that out of my cold, dead
Guys,
fucking
I
hands.
am like, okay, I
Guys
can
is
get
kind
rid
of trash, but I do want to work on that for
but
sure.
like for me at this point, I call everyone girl.
I was just saying this to Jake the other day. There's such an easy way to tell if a man is cool or not, and it's to call him girl. Because if he
Yeah.
goes, I'm not a girl.
I think
Yeah.
Immediately, you're not knowing
No,
the
I
tea.
call everyone girl
cut.
or
You're
girly
cut.
pop. Girl
Because
or
if he's
girly
like,
pop.
oh my god, what? Then I'm like, I like you. You can
Yeah.
stay. I like you. Have a cupcake.
But no, to me at this point,
Bitch.
Bitch,
yeah, I mean,
Wesley.
yes. But like,
Wesley.
I will literally call everyone girly pop.
Yeah.
And if like you,
Girly pop is also gender neutral.
Yeah.
Gender neutral as far as I'm
girl,
concerned.
in my opinion, at this point,
Girl.
like if guys was gender neutral, girl is gender neutral.
Yeah, we're taking it
It
back.
is.
I'm
Like,
assuming everything's a she, her at this point.
But I mean,
You know
like,
what? Let me just
dude,
put a
that
little
that
pen.
whole fucking passive aggressive fucking like feminism, I'm here for it.
Yeah,
So from here on
I'm assuming
out, like,
everything.
for the last few years, every time I'm talking about like a doctor,
Yeah.
or anything, it's always
She.
her.
Yeah.
Until someone tells me
Until proven otherwise,
Yeah.
she is the girl. Yes.
Which, like, again,
Correct.
I'm sure we could track that back to privilege, because it's a privilege that everybody assumes is always a man. So look, we got it
I
back
mean,
on
yeah.
subject.
Yep.
It's a privilege
She's
that we get to think
fighting
that way
for
because
us.
we would have been burned as witches not too many years ago, I
Oh,
might
we
say.
would have absolutely.
Thank God. I don't want to be on this planet anyways.
I don't think I
We
like.
would have been
don't think
lobotomized
being
then burned.
I mean, the
as
lobotomy.
Oh.
I wish.
I would love a lobotomy because either I'm fixed or I'm somebody else's problem. So, like, I'm not fucking complaining.
Yeah,
Sign me the fuck up.
abso-fucking-lutely.
If anyone is still practicing lobotomies, please message me. Thank you.
Hit us up.
Yeah,
at Grid
no
No
Studios.
questions asked.
Yes, we will pay.
We will hire you to lobotomize the whole shop.
Yeah. Yes, please.
Lobotomy tattoos. That's what we got to change the name to. House of Lobotomy.
Yes.
I'm about it.
There are needles there, so.
Okay, we have 2 minutes left on our timer. Do we want to wrap this one up? Go for breaks and then do episode 3?
Privilege, 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 privilege.
Yeah.
What are we
Okay.
wrapping it up with?
Let me
The
pull-
Don't be an
Yeah,
asshole.
true.
Be unprivileged.
That works.
Girl, I don't know. Y'all
Use your
lost me.
voice for good.
Exactly. If
Help
you're gonna
us
be
out,
privileged, be privileged for the right reasons, or hot women aren't gonna sleep with you anymore.
Yep. Don't be
We're calling a
don't
hot
be
girls
Trump
meeting,
in disguise.
and you will be cut from the team. Okay, we're gonna put you on a watch list. All y'all mega losers are going on the no fuck list. It's happening. It's coming for you. We've already got Are We Dating the Same Man on Facebook. I will start this group. It's like how all the goth girls talk, and if you
Yeah.
bully a goth girl, you're not dating any of them. So all the hot girls are talking now too. Watch out.
Make sure you tune in next week on Tuesday. See you next Tuesday.
When we threaten more people.